Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of My Life with Orchids. Today I'm going to answer your question, how can I get into orchids? What type of orchids can I grow? And what are the top easiest orchids to start out as a beginner in? So today I'm going to bring you my top 5 favorite orchids for beginners. Starting us off today, we have the amazing miniature orchid. Bet you didn't know I was going to put one of those in here, did you? This is called Pleurophthalus viridiflora. And it comes from Brazil. It is a very unique species because it kind of grows in a little bit more tropically cloud forest type range. And it is just a really cool plant to have. You can also tell your friends, hey, look, I grow a miniature orchid. Bet you didn't think I was going to put this in here, did you? Now, the care requirements for this are going to be super easy. I, of course, have a terrarium for it. However, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is just go to a restaurant, get a clear plastic to-go container with a lid, poke a couple of holes in it, fill it with a little tiny bit of water at the bottom, put the orchid in, boom, you're done. Set it with all the rest of your other plants. This orchid has been in my collection now for almost 2 years, and I can proudly tell you that for the last year, it has never stopped blooming. And I can... Now, contrary to everybody else's belief, I actually don't like it when my orchids flower, which sounds surprising, but this orchid will not stop flowering. I want to cut the flower spike off so badly so that I can focus more in leaf growth and new growth versus flower growth. That's why I think this orchid is really my easiest and most annoying orchid out of all of my miniatures in my collection. So this orchid is number 5 on this list because it is one of my top favorite orchids to grow. Something you might not know of or have heard of until just now. This is an orchid from tropical Southeast Asia. Now, note the word tropical. However, I have been able to grow it as an orchid inside the house with the rest of my other houseplants. This, of course, is what I'm talking about. Ludicea discolor. Ludicea discolor is a very unique orchid in terms of that it's only grown for its leaves. The flowers are not super showy. They put up 1 terminal spike per growth, and they are very miniature in size and white. So not the best looking flowers in my opinion, but the best leaf color. Look at all the crazy colors you can get in this orchid. Now, I have this with the rest of my other orchids inside the house, bright indirect sunlight, water once a week. Don't let this one water out too much because then you'll start to have problems with it. Like I said, comes from Southeast Asia. You want to kind of mimic that environment as much as possible without having too much humidity. Now, these orchids do like a lot of humidity. However, they can tolerate a dryness, which is practically the inside of the house that I'm living in right now. It is nothing but dry. Very easy to grow, very good for beginners, and something you might not necessarily think of when you say, can I grow this orchid in the house very easily? Yes, you can. 3 on my list is something you guys have seen in the stores when you go plant shopping. This is an orchid that is also known as Dancing Lady. Now, I don't get it because it's Dancing Lady. I get it because it has a nice spray of flowers, and the species orchids of this genus can look absolutely amazing. This here is my Oncidium Heaven Sent. This is one of the offspring of Sherry Baby, which some of you might be familiar with. It smells like chocolate. However, you guys can argue in the comments below. I think Heaven Sent smells way more like chocolate than Sherry Baby. So the genus Oncidium as a whole is very easy to grow. Again, bright indirect sunlight, water it once a week, and you're going to have a happy, healthy Oncidium orchid. These ones have a huge spray of flowers. They come in all different kinds of shapes, sizes, and a whole different plethora of colors than what you're used to seeing, and even a Phalaenopsis, which is kind of crazy because you might think that the Phalaenopsis is actually the easiest to grow. It's not. So this is number 3 on my top 5 favorite orchids to grow for beginners. For orchid number 2, we have one that a great deal of experts find not that easy to grow. However, I have found that this orchid has grown really well in my conditions, and that is why I am recommending it to you guys, because I have 10 of these orchids minimum, and I think they're just a really cool thing to add to a top 5 video. So here is number 2, Paphiopedilum, the genus Paphiopedilum. Check out that alien looking flower. Now that's something wild, isn't it? So this orchid is going to be a little bit more warm growing. You can grow these outside, you can grow them inside. I grow all of mine inside. Bright indirect sunlight, water once a week. However, when you water, make sure that this plant is constantly moist. It doesn't like to completely dry out. This orchid is pretty hardy otherwise, but it does not like to dry out. So make sure that it is constantly moist. Doesn't have to be too wet. Make sure you guys don't leave it too wet, but always keep a little bit of water in this plant. So I like this orchid because, again, not many people can grow this. And I think it is another orchid that you can grow because it's easy for me. And I'm not going to say something that's not true, hopefully. And then, finally, everybody's anticipated plant, the one that everybody has all been waiting for since the start of this video. The one that I've been trying to get to, number 1. I like this orchid because it can be grown outdoors all year round, especially depending on where you live. In the southern half of the United States, it is a fantastic grower all year round outside. In the north, if it snows, you might have to bring the orchid inside for the winter time. However, in places like Seattle or in Oregon, you might be able to grow it outside all year because it doesn't get that cold outdoors, even though they do get a tiny bit of snow. So just watch the temperature. This plant does get to about, or can tolerate lows of about 55-ish. But any lower than that, I would not recommend keeping them outside for the duration of the winter. This orchid is one of the only orchids that you can grow as a permanent setup in a garden collection as well, especially here in Southern California, where I happen to reside. There is a whole colony of these orchids growing in various backyards around my area, and a few of my great friends have these as part of their outside shade house exhibit. And that, of course, is going to be a double genus this time, Cattleya and Laelia. So this is a Cattleya. Now this one here has 5 flower spikes, and they produce about 2 to 3 flowers per flower spike. So if you picture the size of the flowers, they're going to be about as big as my hand. And my hand is probably 8 inches in width. So you can imagine that 5 flower spikes worth of those kinds of flowers, they're pretty big, showy plants. And for a fairly small individual, even though this is about a medium size, I would say, but they do produce a lot of flowers for the size of the plants. Here's another one that I have. This is the Laelia hybrid. This one produces the new flowers off of the new growths, and then it doesn't flower after that. So it is a really nice orchid. A little bit smaller with this one, although they can grow to be quite large. One of my favorites is Laelia purpurata. I will let you guys look up a picture of Laelia purpurata because my one has not bloomed yet, and I cannot wait to figure out what it's going to look like when it does bloom. But this orchid can be grown outdoors in the southern half of the United States. And it is my top favorite orchid to grow for beginners because you just pretty much water this whenever you water all the rest of your other backyard plants. Like, it's literally that easy. Set it, forget it, water it, and done. Just as long as you don't have this in direct sunlight because it can burn the leaves, you're golden. And this orchid will climb up any tree except ficus, which is weird because I was told by some people that they have a tendency to not like ficus bark. However, they do grow fine in any other bark and any other species of tree, and they even grow on palm trees if you can get them to grow on a palm tree. That's pretty cool. Now, some of these ones on this one some of these flower spikes are just about to open up. So I will be posting a picture of what that looks like on my Instagram and my Facebook and now TikTok account, because TikTok is owned by the US, which is great. So now I can post on there. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. There you have it, my top 5 favorite orchids to grow for beginners. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope to see you on the next one. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video and if you have any of these orchids, because I would really like to know how you grow it. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll catch you next time.